When you run a business, there are so many distractions that can keep us from reaching our goals. Not to mention, we wear a lot of different hats, so you probably have a never ending to do list and wonder what you should wait to do and what you should do right now. That also means that you may be jumping from one idea to another or from one task to another. So now you have a bunch of half finished tasks, half done projects, and it's no wonder that you've ended up overwhelmed and feeling like you're not making any progress. So today, we're going to talk about how you can prioritize tasks so that you can reach your goals without being overwhelmed. Welcome to the Mind Your Time podcast with Shannon Baker. I'm your coffee loving host and the CEO of a boutique consulting company where I work with purpose driven women like you who have tight schedules and an aversion to technology. But they're ready to get organized and create business systems so they can leave overwhelm behind and get things done. I strongly believe that being busy is not a badge of honor. We just need to be more intentional with our time and create success on our own terms. So grab your cup of coffee, some sparkling water, or pour a glass of your favorite wine, and let's dive into today's topic. Now, before I dive into today's episode, I want to let you know that the process I'm going to take you through today is part of the content I'm sharing in my very first workshop of the year. On Tuesday, January the 17th, I'm hosting a free interactive workshop for small business owners who want to get organized, take control of their time, and achieve sustainable growth. I'll share more about the workshop later, but a link for you to join me is in the show notes. Now, I know you have a lot going on every day. You've got client work, you're posting on social media, which means you also have to create content. You're reading and responding to emails, creating graphics, and the list goes on and on. There's so many things to do and remember. And because it's the beginning of a new year, everyone is talking about setting goals and creating vision boards so that you can have the best year ever. Now, while both of these are good ideas, neither of them matter if you don't stay focused and execute a strategic plan so that you can actually achieve the goals that you pick. There are only 24 hours in a day. How you spend them can mean the difference between spinning your wheels and going nowhere in your business or increasing your income this year and reaching your goals. But in order for that to happen, you have to take control of your schedule. But right now, you may be operating in chaos because one, you haven't carved out the time that you need to get organized, and you probably don't have any or all of the systems in place that you need. You're probably a one-woman show, and that's okay because I am too. But right now, you may feel scattered and overwhelmed because you're disorganized. You either have no filing system in place or the one that you created has so many folders in it that you can't find anything. So then you end up recreating documents so you have multiple copies when all is said and done. Your inbox more than likely is out of control and there are no filters in place. And you definitely probably got too many newsletters in your inbox that you don't read. Am I right? Are you shaking your head? Yes? It's okay. I've been there. Speaking about your inbox, it's probably filled with a bunch of freebies, webinars, unfinished courses you've purchased because you felt that they were great Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals. But did you know that 90% of the people who buy an online course never finish it? That's the number one reason I've never created one. And I have to admit that I'm one of those people. Most of the courses that I've enrolled in, whether they were free or I purchased them, are maybe 25% complete. There are one or two that may be at 50%, but I think you get the point. I can go on and on about the distractions that we have, especially when it comes to social media. But that's not what this episode is about. So let's shift this conversation and talk about being more intentional with your time. Really, that is the key to getting things done so you can reach your goals. Now, I know you've heard the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. When you don't plan out your week, you're in reactive mode and you're not in control of your time. It's like jumping out of a plane without a parachute. So you'll be busy doing a lot of stuff that won't help you get any closer to reaching your goals, not to mention you won't be productive. So before you say you don't have time to plan, let me tell you, you can't afford not to. When you make time and plan out your week, plan out your days, you actually get more done and you have more time. Not to mention, you know what you spent your time on. Now, I talked about being intentional with your time on the podcast before, but basically, it means you're taking calculated steps with the things that you do. It's a very strategic approach and it works. Now, there are three questions that you need to answer to help you, one, set your goals, and two, stay focused on them. The first one, why did you start your business? If you're building a business that supports your lifestyle and is supposed to give you lifestyle freedom, then the goals that you set and the steps that you take to reach those goals will allow you to be present whenever you should be. The answer to this question basically, it's your mission statement and it defines your values. It outlines your fundamental goals, reveals what your business does, who you do it for, how you do it, and the results you help others achieve. But it also shapes the decisions that you make in your business every single day. It boils down to whether the choice you're making is going to help you achieve your mission. Here's an example. If you're new to the podcast, you should know Starbucks is one of my favorite coffee places. Their mission statement is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. Personally, I feel they achieve their mission, and the best part is that they offer seasonal ways to make it happen. I mean, after all, they've kicked off this whole pumpkin spice craze, which, by the way, I'm not a fan of, but it works, right? And then from that, they move easily into the winter drinks. So, knowing your why helps you communicate what you stand for, helps you stay focused, help you make decisions that align with all of that. And that information itself is the key to you answering the second question. How is this business supposed to serve you and your family now? When you're picking your goals for your business, your plan has to account for everything that's going on in your life. Now, I've talked about goal setting before, but I set goals based on 90-day intervals, and I have my clients do the same. I suggest you do this too. Why? Because everything that we do is based on 90-day increments, so it works. We're already used to it. Not to mention, we're not really in control of our time. So if you plan too far out, generally your plan is not going to work. I've also found that this approach makes achieving your goals more manageable, and it definitely makes it easier for you to create a plan that you can stick to. You focus on a smaller window of time, and it's easier for you to make adjustments when things are not going as planned because something came up in life. And let's be real, no matter how good your plan is, life is going to happen and you're going to have to shift something around. But making a shift doesn't mean you have to start over. You may have to reduce the plan or the scope, so to speak, but you keep working on it. You use the momentum you have to keep moving forward. That way, you can shuffle things around, but still prioritize the tasks you need to complete to reach your goals. Now, the third question, what is this business supposed to do for you in the long game? The answer to this question is actually your vision statement because it helps you prepare for tomorrow. What do you want your business to look like in 3, 5, 10 years? What kind of successes do you want to have? In essence, the question is the legacy that you're building with your business. Now, that plan is going to change a little every year, but the ultimate legacy that you're building, that does not change. So answer this question for me. If money was no object and you could buy any vehicle that you wanted with every feature you could think of, what would you get? For me, it will be a teal Ford Expedition with air conditioned and heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and a whole bunch of other bells and whistles that, believe me, my husband would say I don't need. That's what he says about my vehicle now, and that's a Ford Explorer. But now what about you? I want you to pause and think about that for a minute. I just started going through this exercise doing back office assessments because it's a great visual aid. Think of your business as the vehicle that you're using to build your legacy. That's the long game. The choices that you make every day, meaning the way that you prioritize tasks and what you spend your time on, that's how you drive that vehicle and determines how you live your legacy. Now, I don't want you to skip answering these questions because the answers are the key to you determining what systems you need to create in your business. You can pick the right goal and create the best plan in the world. But if you don't have systems set up in your business, you're not going to be able to stick to your priorities because you're going to spend too much time in the weeds. Systems are the foundation of a strong and successful small business. They're also the doorway to the time and mental freedom that you need to prioritize tasks to reach your goals. So let's review what we've talked about today. First, I want you to pick one goal to focus on for 90 days. To do that, you have to answer those 3 questions. Why did you start your business? How is the business supposed to serve you and your family now? And what is the business supposed to do for you in the long game? Your mission and your vision, which you come to when you answer those questions, is the key to you picking the right goal and creating a strategic plan. You need the strategic plan to help you look beyond the immediate moment and take the right steps to build your legacy. And all of it comes together when you focus on the right task. The steps that I've shared with you today really are just a part of the framework that I've used to help not only myself, but multiple small business owners create a business that supports their lifestyle. In my audio training, I walk you through this process to help you pick the right goal. You also make a plan that doesn't overwhelm you, and we talk about how to take small steps to implement that plan to grow your business without overwhelm. You can consume that audio training in about 40 minutes, even though I don't recommend you do that, because there are some activities that you have to complete to get the most out of the training episodes. But I'm going to put a link to that training in the show notes if you would like to go through that on your own. But if you would rather work along with me live to go through these steps, then I invite you to join me on Tuesday, January the 17th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a free 1-hour interactive workshop. You're going to get clear on your mission and your vision. You're going to pick a goal that fits the season that your life is in. And we're going to talk about how you can take small steps to build a strong business foundation with scalable systems. Most importantly, you'll be all set to step into your power as the CEO of your business in 2023 and create success on your own terms. So go to theshannonbaker.com/workshop to grab your spot. I hope to see you there. I just want to thank you for tuning in this week. I hope today's episode was helpful and I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So please feel free to DM me on Instagram at @the_Shannon Baker and let me know your thoughts. My goal is to help you enjoy your journey because I know it's not easy, but there is strength in numbers. If you have any topics or ideas you would like for me to talk about on the podcast in the future, please make sure you reach out and let me know as well. I cannot wait to hear from you. So until next time, keep calm and streamline.